Welcome. Today's practice will be all about the hips and we'll close out with a little bit of core. So to get started, have two blocks handy. You can have your mat set up like mine, and you can have a little extra blanket for knees. It's kind of cozy. And we will start in child's pose. You can bring your big toes to touch, knees a little wider, and then melt down, forehead towards the earth. Hands can reach above you, alongside the body. Maybe they can hold the arches of the feet or the heels. And let's take a couple long breaths here, landing. And doing a scan of your body just to check anywhere where it might be tight, a little tense. Two more cycles of breath. Using your hands underneath your shoulders, inhale to straighten the arms, kind of come up to a tabletop. We can grab our two blocks on their highest height, bring them in front of you, more towards the left side of your mat. We'll come up high on the knees and we'll step that right foot forward. And let's sink forward and down, bringing our hands onto our blocks. Coming into our first shape, low lunge. You can curl that back toe under and maybe lift the knee up and just drag it back a little bit. And then just allow all of your weight to sink forward and down. You can close the eyes, you can bring chin to chest, you can lift the chin. Just our first shape, sinking into the hips. Maybe adopting a breath that's an inhale, pause, and a longer exhale, whatever that looks like to you. And about two more breaths. And listening to the body. Yes, you may want to just walk those blocks in a little closer towards the body. We're going to curl the back toe under and we're going to lift the back knee. So we come into our runner's lunge. Lift your heart, lift your chin, lift your gaze. Taking a breath in. Exhale, straighten both legs, shift your hips back, pyramid. Inhale, runner's lunge, lift your heart, lift your chin, lift your gaze. Exhale, pyramid. So pulsing back in here, back and forth here, in the speed of your own breath. Runner's lunge, almost with like a cow shape. When we do cat-cow, pyramid. And the next time you are in pyramid, we're going to stay there. So the whole front of the foot glued to the mat, the whole front foot glued to the mat. Find that inhale, pause, long exhale. Next exhale, let your back knee lower to the mat, come back into low lunge. We're gonna roll on the outside edge of that right foot, let the knee sort of wing open, winged dragon, and we'll stay lifted through the heart, chin, and gaze. Again, sinking our weight forward and down. Anytime we work our hips, we're gonna make some great space for the low back. And will help to release any tension in the shoulders. As there's connective tissue connecting everything. Couple more breaths here, just really letting go. Nice. Inhale, roll onto the sole of that right foot. Shift your weight back. So this is kind of fun. Spin on your left knee and turn to face this long side of the mat. And you start to come to seated. And we can extend now the right leg out to the side and the left foot is into the right inner thigh. Taking a breath in, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to that left knee. And we'll stay here and breathe. Keep the heart lifted and the chin. Always when you're in twist, it's fun on your exhale to draw the belly back up and in. Give the organs a little bit of a detox, a good twist, a good wringing out. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, draw that belly back up and in. One more breath. Exhale and wind. Inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, walk it forward. Come into a nice little forward fold here. You've got your blocks handy, so you can always use these for forearms too. Sink a little deeper for 3 more rounds of breath. Using your hands on your blocks or on your floor, inhale, straighten the arms and come back on up to seated. Taking a breath in, sit up tall. And exhale, just lean over towards the right. I like to bring my right elbow onto my right thigh, my fist or my side temple. And let's just press the left knee towards the earth with the left hand. Here's as far as we'll go, and we'll just breathe here. Tap into the low back, the hips. Relax with each exhale. Notice where you're feeling maybe a good little stretch happening. Sink into that a little more. Last breath. Inhale, shift yourself back to center. Nice work. All right, have your blocks kind of handy. To the back of your mat then, opposite of how we started. You're gonna turn, you're set up for pigeon left side. Turn to face that long, short edge of the mat. Here we are, pigeon left side. Everyone kind of knows pigeon, so find your favorite version. I'm going to use blocks underneath my hands. I'm going to stay high for this one. I'm going to rock a little left, a little right. Make sure the hips feel square to the earth. Torso is like a proud pigeon that you see wandering around. Closing the eyes. And trying to anchor deeply through the hips. But you choose any version that works for you. You know, some days I come down onto forearms and have a block underneath my forehead. Come back to the inhale, pause, exhale. One more breath. Everyone, let's meet with our hands on the mat. And we can curl the back toe under, just inch in the back knee so we can slide the left knee to the right knee. So we're in table. We're going to come right down onto the mat. Have your blocks kind of handy for the left hand. Wiggle over to the left side of the mat. Extend your right arm out at shoulder height. Left hand underneath the shoulder, bend the left knee, inhale, left leg up, and roll onto your right hip into our broken wing. So we can grab a block for our head. We're trying to roll onto our back, but our right arm seems to be stopping us. Left knee is bent, left foot is on the earth. You can tent your left fingers anywhere, maybe, you know, in front of the belly, in front of the heart, in front of the shoulder. So you're a little bit of a kickstand. And then close the eyes, settle in. Inhale, pause, long exhale. And final breath. Beautiful. Let's roll onto our front. Block can move out of the way. We'll just rest here on our front for a moment. We can stack the hands for the forehead on the back of the hands. Breathe here. Scan the body. Scan the left side. Scan the right side. Good, and then hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself on up to table. And let's do that all again, but we'll focus on the right side. So we'll come high onto the knees. We're going to step the left knee forward now. finding your blocks inside that left foot. And now you can find yourself in your low lunge. So wiggle around so the shape feels good. Right, all the weight sinks forward and down. A little lift to the heart and the chin and then the gaze, and then maybe close the eyes, and we will breathe here. Draw your awareness down to the front of that right leg, right hip flexor. Maybe already feeling a little bit more energy flowing through the hips. The biggest joints of the body. Whenever we land in our shapes too, compare sensation from the inhale, the pause, and the exhale. All right, another breath. So I like to walk my blocks in just a little closer to my body. And then we'll curl the back toe under, lift the knee off the earth. So here we are in our runner's lunge, lift heart, lift chin, lift gaze, taking a breath in. And then exhale, pyramid pose, straighten both legs. Inhale, runner's lunge with that cow shape in the back. Pyramid. And go ahead and pulse back and forth in your own speed. Really waking up the legs. And the next pyramid, let's stay. Stay and breathe. So the whole sole of the left foot, including the toes, glue it to the mat. I really find this is amazing on the front of the shin. Right heel is reaching towards the earth. Good, and then a breath in. Exhale, let's bend through the front knee, let the back knee come to the earth, roll on the outside edge of that left foot into like our winged dragon. We can lift the heart, chin, and gaze. Breathe here, winged dragon. Focus on sensation, maybe where it is feeling a bit snug. Breathe into that place. Exhale, let it go. Two more breaths. Soften. Final breath. Beautiful. Use your hands, arm strength, shift your weight back onto the sole of that left foot. Kind of walk the hands back. So we're going to spin on the right knee. Spin, spin, spin. Turn to face the long side of the mat. A little fun transition. Come to seated. Extend the left leg out to the side. That's why the blanket is sometimes lovely. Tuck your right foot into the left inner thigh. Breath in, sit up tall, long spine. Exhale, twist to the right. And remember here, we inhale, let the belly expand. And exhale, squeeze it back up and in. Give those organs a little ring out. Sit up tall, lift through heart. Exhale, unwind. Sit up tall. Exhale, walk it forward. Maybe grab the blocks for your forearms. Sinking forward fold here. And can you fold a little deeper for about 3 more breaths? And then inhale, let's come back on up. Exhale, lean to the left, left elbow, left thigh. Fist can rest on left temple, right hand on right knee, right inner thigh, a little press down towards the earth. Sink into this one here. There's gonna be a lot going on in the low back. Just get quiet and completely relax. And on your next breath in, let's make our way back to center. Maybe a little slow, things can be a little snug back there. All right, we're set up for pigeon right side. So I like to use my blocks in my hands, but we're gonna do kind of a fun little turn, probably towards the front of your mat now, and you're set right up for pigeon right side. You know your versions. I'm gonna stay high on my blocks. Blocks are on the second height. My hands are on my blocks. This is a nice version. When you can hold something like these blocks, it's a little bit better on the wrists rather than those palms, flat right to the earth. There's a little bit more protection for your wrists until maybe you're ready to come down onto forearms. Forearms on blocks is an amazing adjustment or amazing option. If you're staying high like I am, lift through heart, lift through solar plexus, lift through heart, lift through throat, chin, nose, gaze, eyebrows. And then anchor through the hips. There's all kinds of little tweaks we can put on our yoga poses. But sometimes we can get in the habit of doing the yoga pose the same way. So sometimes it's nice to try it a little different. So if you're always coming down on the forearms, maybe staying lifted. If you're always lifted, challenging yourself to come down to forearms. Three more breaths here. Okay, so everybody move your blocks off to the sides. We will come onto our palms onto the mat. It's just easier to curl the back toe under, inch in that back knee, slide yourself back to table, and then all the way down to the earth. And we'll shuffle over towards the right side of our mat. Blocks are here towards our right hand because we might need them here. Extend the left arm out behind you, come onto the left side of head, bend the right knee, inhale, lift the right leg up and roll onto that left hip. Here's where a block underneath the left side of the head is wonderful. All right, and plant your right foot as close as you can to your left leg. And then maybe you want to, with gravity, allow that knee to sink towards the floor. And we've got our little kickstand with our right fingers somewhere in front of the body here on the mat. Inhale, pause, exhale. Let's do about 3 more rounds of breath, really letting go. You know you're coming out of the shape. Relax, let go. Allow gravity to take over. On your next breath in, we can roll back onto our front, smoothing your block off to the side. Maybe shuffling yourself to the center of your mat, stacking your hands, resting your forehead against your hands. Relax here for a moment. And scan your left side, scan your right side, and scan your whole body. And then inhale, come up onto the elbows, and you're just gonna transition onto your back. So just roll, pretty much like a hot dog. Just roll onto your back, bending the knees, heel toe your feet super wide. Windshield wipers, one knee down towards the center, and then the other knee. Go as slow or as fast. And I like to rest my hands on my bottom ribs. And then just go inward, and how do the hips feel Is one speaking a little louder than the other? Are they actually feeling a little more space? They like that. Check in with the low back, sacrum, tailbone. Beautiful. All right, bring the knees back to center. Heel toe the feet together. Draw one knee to chest and then both knees to chest. We can do a little rocking here, left to right, side to side, a little massage on the low back. Before we get into just a few rounds of core to close this all out. Make the connection of your low back glued to the earth. Okay, come to stillness. Feel that, right? The whole spine, the whole back anchored on the earth. Now we're gonna bring knees over hips and legs at a 90-degree angle. You're gonna grab a block. It's kind of got that shorter side, so we're gonna use the shorter side and you're gonna just plant it on top of the left thigh. And then you're gonna take the right forearm and you're gonna hold. So hold the block between forearm and thigh. And maybe you need to bring your knee a little bit closer. I get that. Other leg, right leg. Take a peek, knees over hip, right angle with the leg. Left fingertips towards the ceiling, anchor your left shoulder. So a bit of a variation on dead bug. We're gonna inhale, right leg, left arm, long. Exhale, starting point. So let's do 8 more. Breath in, breath out, right? Breath in, out. All right, keep going. Two. Last one. Now, just switch the sides. Block to the right thigh, left forearm's gonna hold the two. And then our other side, left knee is bent, right over the hip. Maybe take a little peek, right? Your zombie arm, right arm, inhale. Left leg, right arm, 9, 8, 7. Let's keep going. Our last one. Great, grab your block, feet to the earth. You can heel toe your feet a little bit wider and we can do those windshield wipers again. Just hold your block between your hands, just here on your torso. And notice that wee bit of warmth we've created. Hopefully not feeling anything happening in the low back. All right, heel toe the feet back together. Bring the knees over hips, 90-degree angle. So I think we started with the left thigh, right forearm. So we'll do that again. So my knee obviously comes a little closer, but just check that right knee is over right hip. Left fingertips to the sky, anchor that left shoulder, and let's go for 9. Inhale long, exhale, starting point. You got it. 8, 7, and keep going. Mindful, just a little tuck of the chin towards chest. Last one, I want us to hold, breathe. All right, bring that knee back And let's switch the sides right up, go right onto the other side. Zombie arm, right arm, shoulder anchors to the earth, left knee, 90-degree angle, inhale long, 9, 8, 7, enjoy every second, 6, all right, keep going. And it's our last one, we're gonna hold. Beautiful job. All right, feet to the earth. Keep the knees close together. You can just hold your block for a moment and just sway your knees from side to side. Take a sighing breath. Good, we're gonna close out with long leg bridge, supported bridge. So bring your block onto the shortest height. Press through the feet, lift the hips up, and you're gonna move this really far down, like lower than low back, tailbone almost. And then I want us to stretch our legs out. So once you do that, you might feel, okay, I got that block lower, and do that. And then you can bring your feet as wide as your mat, your heels as wide as your mat, arms out at the sides, you can roll your palms up, and then allow the block to start to take all of your weight. We all have a nice natural sway in our low back. This position is sort of flattening out that little curve. So we can kind of feel a bit intense. Staying here and breathing. We'll slowly bend the left knee, left foot on the mat, nice and close to the bum, and then do a little lift up, slide your block out, and then slide your left leg long once again. And here we are, right in Savasana. We'll take a few moments here. Let your feet and knees roll open to the sides. Your palms roll up. A little tuck chin to chest, just so we feel the back of the neck long. And take a couple breaths in through nose and out through mouth, allowing yourself to melt. You are welcome to stay here as long as you want. If you are ready to come on up and seal the practice, let's bend one knee, foot on the mat, and the other knee, foot on the mat, roll off to one side. Press yourself on up to a comfortable seated position. Arms that are alongside body, maybe your knuckles are just resting on your mat. And then we're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, create all of that good stuff, or gather up all that good stuff we just created. Palms touch, slide the palms down the midline to the heart, bring it into your heart. And let's give thanks to 3 things. And then a breath in through the nose, sigh out through the mouth. Eyes can flutter open to regain focus. Thank you for joining me today.